when you have a goal in mind, the only way to really work towards it is to just take your time and keep chipping away the pieces until you reach the hole. And that is what this workout felt like, because I was just I felt good. I took care of myself going in. I had done enough mobility work that I felt like I'd be able to keep my form solid and get depth on the reps that I wanted to. The 5x5 here at 510 was, it was tough, but it was definitely survivable. And I just kept telling myself, okay, that one down, another one to go. And the mentality that I take whenever I do this kind of workout, anybody who's followed me before kind of is familiar with it. But I have this rule that once you have the plan set in, you can't quit until you fail. And you just keep coming back to the grind of saying, I'm moving forward. And no matter how awful this is at the time, no matter how much it sucks getting under that bar again and grinding out these reps that don't feel good, and fighting to keep your position solid and make sure that you're doing it in a way that's going to benefit you. No matter how tough that gets, you just keep moving forward until it stops, until you can't go any farther. And that's kind of the mentality you have to take for this. And like I said, people who have followed me before are familiar with that kind of mindset being taken, especially in this squat program. I do feel like I was able to hold up my little resolution of making sure that these reps were better than the ones that I did on Thursday's workout when I was doing sets of 7. And the difference between sets of 5 and sets of 7 is like it's just a world of difference. None of these reps were gassing me nearly as bad as those sets of 7 were, but these were, the weight's obviously heavier, and it's just a different kind of tough. And that's kind of the weird thing that happens when you're running a Smolov training cycle. Those Russians are crazy with their manipulation of rep ranges and set volume. And so it's a different kind of difficult. I wouldn't say that the sets of 9 versus these sets of 5, or the sets of 7, or even the sets of 3 are harder or easier at any point. They're just a different kind of hard, and the only way to move through them is to just keep moving forward and take it one workout at a time, take it one set at a time, take it one rep at a time. When I'm helping other people in the gym, I sometimes talk to them and use a kind of a mental cue, and I say, every rep is a single. That's what it is. You do a rep, and then you reset, and you do the next rep. And you may be doing a set of 10 reps, but if you keep treating everyone with the importance of it being the only rep that counts, you're generally going to get the most out of that. And it's really easy to lose track of that when you're doing something and it gets tough in the middle and you want to start cheating. But ultimately, you're only hurting yourself when you don't do things the way that you should be. And so no one else is holding you to this. There's not any real outside pressure of this. Most people, when you get to a certain point, are going to be impressed no matter what it is you're doing. So it all comes down to your personal goals and wanting to achieve something that you haven't before, and that's what it really takes. So made it through all 5 of those sets and was feeling okay. Moved over to the bench, and I tried to do this first set of 350 for a double without the bands on the bench, and you see right there I slid back again just because I'm still getting used to pushing heavy weights on these lower slick benches. And so I brought the bands back over and put them on the thing, and that helped me prevent myself from sliding. I would say that about a few of these first sets, I was really relaxing a little more than I wanted to at the bottom, and the activation of the leg drive through my upper body was not as synchronized as I wanted it to be. It was a little bit of a delay, and it kind of, I don't know, it kind of was more of a heave than I was looking to get. But I think in the later sets, I balanced it out a little bit more and just got more comfortable again. I'm still readjusting to this facility again, because I spent the entire 3 week period that it was closed traveling around to other places, and nothing really feels normal anymore. Everything feels kind of just slightly off, which is a good way to to go about it. You know, it's a good idea to train in different facilities and get out of your comfort zone every once in a while so that you can adjust on the fly. Unless you're doing a meet that's at the location that you consistently train at, it's always going to feel a little bit different, and so you have to make those adjustments on the fly. Why not train a little bit that way too? So I guess in recap, it was a 5x5 squat at 5'10". I cut 2 of the sets off of the program when I was writing this program so that I would be able to do the same tomorrow and then add in these deadlifts that I'm going to be hitting for some singles, because I would never recommend someone run Smolov as written with anywhere close to a true max and then try to even mess with deadlifting during. So I adjusted the volumes a little bit on days 5 and 6 so that I could throw some deadlift technique work in there. So nice. Those aren't supposed to be hard. Those are just supposed to be keeping my groove. And then I did my 8 doubles at 350 on bench. So tomorrow will be the last day of week 2, and then we'll start week 3 on Tuesday. And I have a feeling the sessions might start getting longer as more and more people come in. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to be welcoming and understanding of people that may not be as aware of gym etiquette, and it's just a different environment, but I'm going to do my best to move forward as far as my acceptance of other people in that environment. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something or just have a different way of thinking of things. And if you did like it, please leave a like rating, share it with your friends, comment down below. I try my best to get questions answered and stuff, but it's really hard to keep up with everything, and that's why I did those Q&A videos like I did. So I will definitely talk to you guys tomorrow, and I can't wait. Bye.